Halo has been around for years. Within these years, the Halo franchise has put out some amazing games that we all know from our childhood, and not so amazing games. Today, we got together to see how our Halo team will rank each game. Before we get into this list, I want to say this list is all based off of their opinions. Your list can be completely different than their list, so we would like to hear your opinions as well. Leave them in the comments below. And while you're down there, please do me a favor by liking and subscribing to TwistedSin.
Just one question. What if you miss?
I won't.
Alright, what's up? I'm here with Austin. What we're doing today is we are going to be ranking each Halo for the anniversary of Halo 2's birthday. 17 years, baby.
Oh yeah.
We're starting off with Halo Reach. Halo Reach, the campaign or multiplayer if they had it or anything like that. You're the expert here. So what are your thoughts and what do you rank Halo Reach on?
Alright, so I'm gonna rank Halo Reach at about, I'm gonna say an A tier. Go and put Halo Reach in around A tier. The campaign personally was like, it was a super emotional campaign. Just, I'm pretty sure everyone can agree with that. Between just the fact that your whole fire team dies in the game, and then you end up dying in the end of the game, it's just super depressing. But it's still one of the best campaigns ever, because it leads in straight into Halo Combat Evolved. Like right after Halo Reach ends, it can go straight into the first Halo games campaign, and it completely sets it up beautifully, and it's great. The multiplayer, on the other hand, I don't know what Bungie was thinking. I mean, like, the Spartan abilities were great. Like, they had Sprint, Jetpack, all that stuff. But then they had Bloom, which was a thing, which should have never been put in Halo. Like, Bloom just should have never been put in Halo. So that's why I'm giving it an A tier. Just because it can't be S tier, because the multiplayer for me just, I don't know. Halo Reach's multiplayer was fun. It just never really, truly did it for me.
Nice. Now, with going into my personal favorite, Halo 2, what are you going to rank Halo 2 as? And it better
Hands
be
down.
S tier.
Halo 2 is an S tier for me because that's my first ever Halo game, #1. That's my favorite Halo campaign and my favorite Halo multiplayer to date. Like, that's my favorite Halo game of all time. Care what anyone says, it's better than Halo 3. That game inspired generations of multiplayers, of shooter multiplayers in general. Like, if it wasn't for Halo 2, we wouldn't have games like the newer Call of Duty today. Like, yes, Call of Duty was out by then, but Halo 2 just inspired so many different, like, aspects of modern day FPS shooters.
Now let's talk a little bit more about the campaign. What do you enjoy about this campaign?
Oh, dude, the whole campaign is just so good. Like, the fact that, like, from Halo 1, you didn't really have the energy sword or anything. They introduced the energy sword in this game. They introduced the Arbiter. They introduced, like, introduced playable elites from multiplayer, which was also in campaign, so you got to play as an Arbiter in campaign. It's just such a great campaign. Like, you start out on Cairo Station, but easily one of the best campaigns in all of Halo. I don't know if I'd say it's better than Halo Reach, because personally, Halo Reach is my favorite campaign, but Halo 2 is probably easily a close second.
Nice. Now let's move into Halo 3. What are we thinking about Halo 3? Where are we ranking that on campaign and multiplayer aspects?
So, even though Halo 2 is my first game, Halo 3 is the game I played the most out of any other Halo game besides Halo 5. So I can go ahead and rank Halo 3 at A tier. Only reason I'm doing this is because I genuinely think Halo 3 is the most overrated game in the Halo franchise. Like, easily the most overrated game. People just love it for nostalgia reasons and for the comp reasons. Like, Halo 3 competitive was insane back in its day. But now that we've moved on, like, I can kind of look back and be like, alright, that game's kind of outdated now. Like, yes, that was Halo's glory days, but I don't consider it an S tier game just for the fact that the campaign, after Halo 2's campaign, dude, Halo 3's campaign is just kind of average to me. It's not average, but like, you had like an 11 of 10 game with Halo 2, and then you went to Halo 3 and you dropped it down to like maybe 9 of 10, 8 of 10. Like, it's still a great game, but it's not like a top tier game like Halo 2 was.
So now, Halo 5, the newest game out of the whole franchise. I love the way this game looks, but what are your thoughts on this? Where are you ranking this one?
With how much I've played this game in the past 6 years, I'm speaking for most of the Halo community, you can put this into a B tier. Now I'm going to tell you right now why it's in B tier. The multiplayer is absolutely amazing and generational. The campaign was absolutely terrible. The campaign for Halo 5 is easily the worst in the franchise. Like, yes, it's a good campaign, but it's not a good campaign. If you're a Master Chief fan, this game isn't a good campaign for Master Chief fans. Because, like, you play as Spartan Locke through, like, 8 of the 11 campaign missions. I've only played the campaign once, and that was literally a launch night, and I haven't touched the campaign since because it made me that mad about how bad the campaign was. But I've put easily over 100+ days into the multiplayer, but I've put so many days into Halo 5 that, like, personally, I can't wait to delete it off my Xbox. But they could have capitalized on so many things with it, but they just didn't capitalize on it, and it just kind of sucks.
Now moving into Halo Wars 2. Now this is a little bit different of a game, but Halo Wars 2, where are we ranking that one?
Alright, so campaign-wise and multiplayer-wise, honestly, the Halo Wars games, it's kind of hard to rank them just because they're different than shooter games, but I'm still going to rank them. I'm going to rank Halo Wars 2 just for its campaign, because I loved the campaign. I'm going to rate it an A tier. Personally, their campaign for me was super good because we got more, like, what do you call it? Not knowledge, but more backstory from Red Team, the main, like, Spartans from Halo Wars, like you see on the front of the Halo Wars down there. And then we got a new villain in Atriox and the Banished, which the Banished are now the main protagonists in Halo Infinite, and this game, I feel like, set up Halo Infinite's campaign perfectly. It's going to set it up perfectly, at least, I think.
Nice. Now moving into Halo Spartan Assault. Where are we ranking this bad boy at?
To be honest with you, I'm going to rank it at a C tier, just because, honestly, the game just wasn't fun to me, so it was like a top-down view type game, and that's about it.
OG, Halo Combat Evolved, the very first one.
OG Halo Combat Evolved. Campaign-wise, it was fun. Multiplayer-wise, I was garbage because I was a small child, and I was used to playing Halo 2. So I'm going to rank Halo Combat Evolved at a B tier with Halo 5. Because the campaign was fun, the multiplayer for me, it's just never done it. I've never actually I've enjoyed it, but like I don't enjoy it nearly as much as I enjoy like Halo Reach, Halo 2, Halo 5, all those. Campaign was definitely like a really good campaign though, minus all the walking that you had to do.
Halo 3 ODST.
This game, instant S tier, just for the fact that this campaign was completely different. You're not a Spartan, you're an ODST, which is super sick, and it's almost like with the rookie missions, they almost give the game like almost a horror type vibe with how like it's nighttime, you have to use night vision, how everything's sleeping, you kind of have to assassinate stuff, and then you can go around a corner and something will be sitting right there and it scares the absolute hell out of you as a kid. But like still, it gave us that horror aspect in a Halo game that nobody had ever like really gotten before. And the campaign, just like you roaming through the city, trying to find your whole like squad to fight the Covenant, it was a really good campaign, especially since it was like while they were dropping in that first level in the drop pods, and you see like the pillar, it was a pillar of autumn go into hyperspace with the Covenant cruiser, and then the whole city just gets completely like almost flatlined, and you see the ODST pods all just scatter because of the jump. I just love it a lot.
Nice. Now going back to the main Halos, Halo 4.
So multiplayer, garbage. Campaign, amazing. So you can rank this game. You can go and rank this game at an A tier as well. The campaign, literally really freaking good. You are Master Chief, you're fighting the new Prometheans that they introduced, which was super fun. So I definitely have a lot of multiplayer memories with it, but the multiplayer is not nearly as fun to me now that I look at it as I've played other games, but the campaign is absolutely flawless to me. I wish the boss fight at the end against the Didact was a little bit more like, it was kind of a letdown, not a letdown, it was just underwhelming. I wish they would have made it more like, a little bit more epic than what it was. So I'm kind of hoping the Didact isn't dead from Halo 4. But definitely a really good campaign, like the Reclaimer mission where they introduced the Mammoth. The whole game was just sick.
Nice. Now going back to Halo Wars, the first one.
Alright, so Halo Wars 2, now that Halo Wars 2 is out, Halo Wars would be a normal A tier for me, but I'm going to move it to B tier for now just because Halo Wars 2 to me, the campaign is so much better and the multiplayer is so much better. Like, I'm not saying Halo Wars 1 is bad, but Halo Wars 2 just took everything from Halo Wars 1 and made it better. So basically the campaign, super great. You got to see Red Team, you had Forge, you had all the characters you had in Halo Wars 2 except for Forge, of course. You had Red Team, all them, and the campaign was just absolutely awesome. You're fighting in New Mombasa for most of the campaign, I think, and it's just really awesome. You're in the city, and then at some point I think you're on a Halo ring. And then you had the first Arbiter, the prequel Arbiter from Halo 2, so as a main antagonist. So that was super cool that we got to see another Arbiter that wasn't the Arbiter in Halo 2.
Well, Austin, thank you so much for helping me film this video. Like always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys catch the TwistedSin Halo team competing at HCS Raleigh in North Carolina on December 17th through the 19th. This is a huge event. Come out and support the team.